Hello, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and it's been a weird number of days, weeks recently, because a lot of things have been going on and not going on. We had Dress Brighton, we've had a lot of the chapters of stories have been ending, we have 7 Deadly Sins on break, we have World Trigger on break. I haven't been really covering as much manga because things have been on break. Now we've got this whole week off last week because of the double issue, and they have a week off. And then with that happening, some stuff was meant to come out this week, early for next week. So as you can imagine, it's been all over the place. It's been a weird couple of days, but it's been quiet time, and I've been able to recover from a bit of an illness. So it kind of come at a good time in a sense. The problem is, from what I understand, we've got chapter next week, so issue Monday 26th. So that should come out in the next couple of days. Normally Thursday, it's normally earlier, but we haven't got that so far. So look forward to that. Then we should have another period of break, and then after we're back, after that, it should be back to normal, as we normally have 2 double issue breaks in December. Anyway, I've got you Fairy Tail Chapter 515. It's not really out on a lot of the main scanlation sites. This one's on Yonko Productions. Check it out. I can't leave you a link. I can't really specifically promote it because that would be technically unethical and it's borderline copyright sort of stuff. In any case, check it out when you get a chance. This is my review. So, Fairy Tail 515. I Am You, You Are Me titled chapter was probably one of the better chapters, if I'm honest, for a lot of different reasons. It delves so much more into the past. It starts dotting the I's, crossing the T's, kind of intertwining storylines and timelines and getting things to where they need to be. I enjoyed that. It's not the most content heavy from a battle perspective, but lore and myth and history, brilliant. One of the best recently, if I'm honest, and I like it. I like the historical implications, as there's always that saying, if you can't learn from your past, you'll always fail or doomed to repeat it. I like that kind of thing, so I enjoy this chapter. So we find out quite a bit. Number one, Erza was a general. He was from a different kind of state, colony, country, and they were married for convenience, political marriage, standard stuff, which was quite all the rave back in the day. Also, he's a prick, but that's a separate story. He was supporting her, and they really mention, in a very interesting way, Acnologia basically turned that war on its head. His appearance, his power, his dominance made all the difference, to the point that it wasn't a war. It was basically, he's here, he's kicked everyone's backside, bye. He pretty much dominated, is what they try to say, in a very short and subtle way. Then basically it hits the fan, and this is where you see the human side of Irene, and you want to like her, you want to understand her, but then when you know what she's like now, it's like, now they say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. Really, this chapter talks about that. So essentially, because she was using her abilities over and over, she started transforming, and then she hit that tipping point where it just kept developing. Now it was weird because, remember, this is a marriage of convenience, so although he supported her, he basically didn't really want to accept her once she started transforming. In the face, she would turn into Acnologia, and they basically imprisoned her, beat her up, tortured her, humiliated her for over 3 years, and using magic, she kept Erza in her womb so that she didn't have to come into a world to see all of that and go through that torture. So at this point, you think to yourself, okay, there is a loving element to her. So hold on to that thought now. Then she transforms, rampages, turns into a beautiful looking dragon, kills a prick of her husband, and goes into the wild. The fact that she did that to him was fine. Absolutely okay with that. No remorse there, because rather than being a supportive husband, a supportive partner, and trying to understand what's going on and help out his partner, he basically just betrayed her, stuck her in prison, and she didn't exist to him. It was weird. But those were the days, right? Anyway, so years have gone on. She's met Zeref. So this is important because this shows why she owes, or she feels like she owes him something. And ultimately, this is why she's by his side. He basically made her human looking again, so she basically looked like a normal self, but he did tell her, he goes, you're not a human anymore, you're basically a dragon. So even though you look like a human, you might seem like a human, essentially everything that made you human is no more. The taste buds have changed, characteristic behaviors have changed, and she was desperate to remain human, even into trying to enchant her child who was not even born yet, and she failed, and she left her in Rosemary Village because of that to die. Honestly, she should have just gone see Naruto Maru. The guy's done it so many times over the Naruto storyline that you'd think he would teach her a thing or two about just taking bodies and getting into them. I thought he would have worked it out, the whole immortality thing. It would have worked out well, I'd have thought, but in any case, she didn't meet him. There was no cross-universe business going on, unfortunately, and she gave up on Erza. However, the line Erza says at the end was a toucher of the heartstrings, which was why, and it goes back to Makarov's death, why it was so important to them, that new generation, that he was like their granddad, he was like their father figure, and him passing, because he says, and it really, these words are nice, because she's done that, because Eileen, whatever her name is, has discarded her child, left her in Rosemary Village, she's grown up and met Jalal, Simon, all those characters, Fairy Tail, Makarov, and really found her family. And ultimately, it was the experience that she grew up with that made her the person who she is, not her lineage. It's that nature versus nurture thing, I guess. And it's touching, and it's kind of like, it's a kind of a tongue-in-cheek way, a little bit, of doing that, nature versus nurture, the blood will tell type of thing. So I like that. It sets up the next thing, but it talks about the truth of enchantment as a title for next week's chapter, whenever that might be, whether it's a week off or not. But let's find out what happens. Were the implications from the thoughts, are they really linked? So it could be a case of, although they were separate entities because there was a failed enchantment way back when, they're inherently linked, maybe, and maybe the deaths go hand in hand. Maybe Eileen can get her ass kicked and Erza takes her power. That'd be cool. I mean, make that witch into something of a tool, I guess. Would be nice. Anyway, other than that, not a lot happens, but brilliant chapter. Love the lore, love the mythology, love the scene at the end. Erza, come on, we need you to kick her ass. Just do something, because you're Erza. But I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the review, hope you enjoyed the chapter if you can find it. Yonko Productions, I can't give you a link as you know, but find it, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you next time. Peace.